Hey there, welcome back. Once again, it is time for the Golden Age of DC Comics 365 Days, where I take this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. This has been surfing my coffee table ever since and has been a constant source of great comic book conversations, the kind that we used to have in the comic book shops. So pull up a chair to the comic comic book talk. If you love comic books as much as I do, you, my friend, are in the right place at the right time. I'm using this 365 Days book for its intended purpose. We're opening to today's page, October the 2nd. We're going to look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We are going to read the blurb, and then we are going to talk about comic books. And we are going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. We have been all year long, all year strong. We are going to keep it going, huh? And, wow, it's proof that, wow, I can really talk about comic books every day, can't I? I love comic books. I really do. This is a 2004 Abrams publication, written and curated by Chip Kidd, Geoff Spear, and Les Daniels. There's a link in the description to the Amazon page where you can get your own copy. You can play along at home, and it makes a great gift for a geek. I know. Yeah, the Golden Age of DC Comics runs between 1938 and, Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman, up until 1955, the Silver Age, 1955 to 1956 to 1970, the Bronze Age, I'm a Bronze Age baby, 1970 to 1985, and the Copper Age begins in 1985. I get these definitions and standards from the glossary of the most current edition of the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide. I feel that's a really good place to start having some standards about the ages. I love having conversations about the ages of comic books. We also suggest to anyone of any age, of any of any veteranship or anything, if you're a longtime comic book fan and haven't read either one of these books, stop, drop, and giggle. This is a great suggestion. These are, because we're often on the outside looking in to these comic books, our favorite monthlies, and this is from the inside looking out. And I invite you on this journey. I love talking about comic books. And thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. And yeah, let's get to it. It is October the 2nd. And this is art by William Smith from All American Comics #21, December of 1940. I wonder what kind of voice I'll use for this. Some kind of, 1940s news girl kind of like, I'll fly to Washington with you, but first you're going to raid the icebox here and cook me a dish of bacon and eggs. Or by the great horned toad, I'll chase you right back up that tree. Now hop to it, ape man. See the next issue of All American Comics for more red, white, and blue adventures. Let's read the blurb, huh? That's Doris West. I don't think there's any relation to any Flash family members at this time, unless there's a retcon, Doris West, Sergeant Red Duggan's girlfriend and a partner in many of his spy mop-ups, has just finished a little cleaning job of her own in Buffalo. And she's feeling just a tad underappreciated. Still, that's no explanation for her plan to get vengeance via bacon and eggs. Could she be contemplating a killing with cholesterol? Wah, 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 wah. I'm cracking up on that one. It's really egging me on. Oh, that joke really sizzles. Ooh, bad puns. Yeah, that's our page today. I mean, let's look at, what do we have in our notes here? I mean, I use show notes. I do actually. It's nice. I can take the book to my local pub where I have, I call it a working wet lunch. It's usually on a weekend afternoon, after I've shot some content. Usually I shoot these videos like once or twice a week and just release them. I mean, I call it the Comics by Perch / West from Thinking Critical method. You need to produce your daily content. You need to have a shoot day. You know, you got to take it seriously. And if you want to, I mean, there's a seriousness behind producing a daily show, and yet also I'm having a wonderful conversation with you. And I know through the numbers, looking at the, my analytics and statistics, and I mean, I have a small but awesome, consistent core audience, and I love having you guys around, guys and gals, and anyone in between, and the grand spectrum of humanity. And it's really awesome to have this ongoing conversation, and that's what makes making content easy, or easier. There is a point too where it's like, you need to be able to, if you want to be consistent, you need to put the effort in and just have a shoot day. I mean, shooting every day that's what makes it burdensome. And it's not about having if you feel like it's an obligation, I'm speaking for myself too. This is in my humble opinion. Yeah, I mean, one of the first things I ever did when it came to content creation was after Rise of Skywalker. I had trouble dealing with it, and I made a backup personality called Plaid Palpatine. And this is before I started posting on YouTube. I would just post 45-second videos onto Twitter, and it was a gag. See the plaid, robe. It's a kind of hoodie, and that taught me how to make content. You had to plan it. You had to make show notes. You have to. I like to say this is unfiltered, unscripted, and unedited, which is exactly what it is. Yet it needs structure. It needs to be respected as so, because I respect you, and I want you coming in and having a great show and enjoying this and this conversation. You're like the most important part of this show, this conversation. And we've been having this conversation about comic books all year long, and I'm really appreciative of that. I'm really liking that. So yeah, let's look at the art one more time, I guess. Yeah, that's Doris. That's Doris West. And Doris West, and like you can see the sergeant. You can see the sergeant bars. Sergeant Red Duggan. You can see that there's his bars right there. But you see there's a gutter there too. So it's about there was a sequence there. He might have said something kind of, maybe chauvinistic, and she was like, "Look in here, you little late man. I don't do that. You cook me breakfast." Isn't that wow? Strong, stunning, brave, beautiful. Indeed. There's always been strong women in comics. I don't know where there's notion of I get it. I mean, but I'm not going to agree to I'm not going to agree to that. I'm not going to agree to being ignorant to the fact that strong women have always been in and part of comic books and its production and their writing and in their art and getting it done. And yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in today. We're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. You can use the share button. You can put it on the notifications. And also, I would love to earn your subscription. I really would. I'm doing the 31 Days of Halloween this month in October. I'm doing another daily content thing. I am watching horror movies, and we're going to be talking about 31 different horror movies over the 31 days of October leading up to Halloween. Yeah, so join me if you're a movie fan, you like horror movies, you want to be part of that conversation too, come aboard. Yeah, tune in. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck, and we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Bye-bye.